guys, it's Nessa J and this is Kaden. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. And this video is going to be about my labor and delivery story, and I'm going to try to fit as much details in order in this video as best as I can for all you moms to be or women that are already moms, because sis, I want to give you some good advice, because it is never easy to be a mom, and we are strong and we have to be strong for our kids and give them the best life that they can get, because I mean, especially if it's your first child, you want your child to not be spoiled, I wouldn't say, but have the best life. You want to give them the best life. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into this story. I'm going to start from the very beginning. Okay, so I had Kaden on the 20th, and that was a Sunday. I had him on January 20th, and it was on a Sunday. And everything started around Saturday night, like around midnight. Okay, so Friday and Saturday night came, and I had really bad insomnia. And it was to where I would get up and I would nest. That means I would be cleaning, messing with everything, make sure everything was perfect for my little baby when he gets home. And boy, that head, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Oh my God, he just threw up. I gotta, Lord Jesus, have mercy. As I was saying before, someone interrupted me with their little throw up everywhere and their slobbery hands again. So Saturday nights, around like, I want to say 1 o'clock, I was cleaning up everything, trying to make sure it was perfect for when Kaden gets home. That's when I started to notice around 4 or 5 o'clock, I was having really bad pain. It was like pain that I never felt the whole time I was pregnant. And I was just like, some just told me like, sis, you about to have your baby. And I was just like, really? Like, you wanted to wait until you were 5 days overdue to finally come out? Why you want to stay in there so long? Why did you want to stay in there so long? I don't know why he wanted to stay in there so long, because I was miserable. Mama was miserable. And I was just ready to have him. And that's when my mom-in-law, she was at work. She gets off at 7 in the morning. And that's when I texted her and I was like, Mom, I think I'm ready to go to the hospital because I'm hurting and I never felt this pain my whole time I was pregnant. And she texted back. She was like, okay, well, when I get home, we will go straight to the hospital since you think you're ready to have Kaden. And girl, I was. I just knew I was. Something just told me I was. But I was second guessing it because weeks and weeks ahead of time, I kept going to the hospital thinking that I was about to have Kaden, like early, but it really wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. So I just got sent home. And a little tip for you moms, your mamas and moms to be, if you have to second guess if you're going to have your baby early, or if you're or if there's nothing really, if there's not a reason that you need to stay and have your baby, they will send you home. Stop moving around. Stop moving around. They will send you home early, and you will just waste your gas, waste your time, because triage, you stay in triage for a while before they even figure out if you need to stay or be sent home. So you'll just be wasting your time. So make sure that you go to the hospital for a reason to stay, because I made that mistake so many times during my pregnancy with Kaden. I got sent home. I was irritated. I was like, can y'all induce me early or something? They was like, no, ma'am, there's no medical reason as to why we should induce you unless you're a whole week overdue. Now, back to the story. Okay, so then my mama-in-law got off work. She came home. My bag was already packed. I was just finishing up packing Kaden's little diaper bag with everything he needed. I didn't really pack that much. Nothing but Pampers. A little bit of Pampers because the hospital, they usually give you some Pampers. Some little bit of wipes, some bibs or birth cloths, but I'm gonna save all of that for another video. I put him down for a little because he was acting up. He's just playing with his little toys on the bed. back to what I was saying. I started packing Caden's diaper bag because mine was already packed. Then my mom-in-law got home. She tried to wake Jacob up. We both did, and he was like, "Stop playing. You're not going to the hospital. I'm going back to sleep." So he rolled over, and I looked at him. I got in his face. I was like, "Does it look like I'm playing? I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to pop Caden out. I'm ready to go." Like, and then that's when he packed his bags. So we put everything in the car, including Caden's car seat and his base, and we drove to Cape Fear Valley Hospital. It's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I live in Clinton, North Carolina, so it's approximately like an hour, 50 minutes to an hour away. And we had to check in and get visitor passes. I didn't need one because I was the patient. I was having Caden, but my mom-in-law and Jacob did. They had to get a visitor pass or whatever. So then we went to the 4th floor, and we went straight to triage. Triage is a room to where when you first come in to have your baby, that's like a checkpoint. Like, you go in there, they monitor you for a little while. I was in there from 8 to 12-ish, 1-ish o'clock. And you have to wear these 2 belts. One is blue and one is pink, and one monitors the baby's heartbeat and one monitors your contractions. Your contractions are going to be like green numbers. When I first got there, I was 1 centimeter dilated. I was still 1 centimeter for like a month, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm ready to pop this boy out. Like, Lord Jesus, please. But it's not, you're gonna feel like that, but it's not that easy. Like, it's like a process. It's like, I believe it's 3 stages of labor. The first stage is, oh my God, I think the first stage is the longest. I really think it is, because you can be 1 centimeter dilated for like a long time. Contractions that I was having, but when I first got there, they were not bad until the doctor came in and checked me and told me that I was 1 centimeter. So she made me walk for an hour and a half. That's when I came back. I was still 1 centimeter. I was just like, Lord, please just let this just hurry up and be over with, because I'm so miserable. I'm tired of being fat. Look like a freaking hippo. That's exactly what I look like. I look like a hippo when I was pregnant. Good thing is I did not swell up my feet or nothing, so I had him full term, which is good. So before she made me walk again, she had stripped my membrane. It hurt so bad I couldn't even cry. That's how bad it hurt, man. It hurt so bad I could not cry. My mom-in-law was like, come on, we're gonna walk around this hallway again. I was like, no, I'm going back to my triage bed. That's exactly where I went, to my triage bed. And that's when she checked me again. They had to put the belts back on me first, and then she checked me like 10 minutes while I was in there. And she said, okay, you are 2 centimeters dilated. She was like, no, first she was like, if you're dilated more, we'll keep you. Then she was like, you're 2 centimeters dilated. She was like, you need to crack a smile for me if you want to stay. I would not smile because that's how bad it hurt. But then I started busting out laughing or whatever. I was in labor bad, like it was hurting bad to where I was throwing up. I guess it was because I felt nervous or whatever, but a lot of people that I know, they tend to throw up during labor. But that's what I did. They would not give me no ice or nothing. I had to wait. I could not eat. Oh my gosh, I could not eat. And then they moved me to the room or whatever, and we was in there for a while. That's like the most annoying time when you're in the hospitals, because the nurses change shifts constantly. They come in, out, check on you. If you sleep a certain way and the belts come off, they'll come in there and they'll wake you up. Hey, ma'am, such and such, the belt is not picking up the baby's heartbeat. They're going to wake you up just for that. I was just like, can I please, Kaden, please just come on so I can hurry up and have you and get up out of here. So that is when they came in there and they checked me. They wrote on the little board. They asked me what's the baby name. They asked me did I want an epidural. I said, hell yes, I do want an epidural, even though I didn't get to get it. But I did want an epidural. She asked me on a scale of 1 to 9, 10, the little thing they got on the little board, how bad was it? I said, honey, it is a 10, max 100. That's how bad it was hurting, sis. It was hurting bad. I was able to sleep comfortably. My mama, she bought me my own little gown, so I didn't have to wear that nasty hospital gown. I don't like the material of it. I don't like how it feels. It just feels dry. Around, I want to say around 2:30-ish, 2:40-ish, I went to the other room. That's where to get my epidural and stuff like that. But then they told me that I was dilating fast. So I had the IV, and of course, you get the IV. They put something in my IV. It starts with the S. It made me drowsy or whatever. It's supposed to take my mind off of the contractions. It's kind of like Pitocin, but it wasn't Pitocin. I've never been high in my life, but y'all, when I tell you I was feeling good when I got that, I was feeling good. So that's when I had got that, and my sister and Jacob was in there. My mama-in-law was in there, but my mama-in-law left a little bit after I got it to go get food or whatever. So that's when they were just messing with me. I do not remember nothing I said. They said that I was trying to fight the nurse because they lied and said she threw a pin at me. I was just like, oh my God. Luckily, they did not record it because I would have been so embarrassed. But for some reason, that's when Caden's heartbeat started dropping like really bad. So they put a mask on me. I busted out crying. I was emotional because I was nervous, and I had that in my IV at the same time. So I busted out crying. I was like, ma'am, you're going to have a C-section. You're not going to be able to get your epidural. I was like, you mean cutting me, honey? I was like, no. But then I was like, I was drowsy. I was high. I was off that stuff. And I could not control myself. So I just calmed myself down. I was like, you finna have a baby, so that's a good thing. Whether you push him out or get him cut out of you, honey. The best part is that I did not feel none of that when they was cutting me. Because I heard it burns. They tug on you while they're trying to get the baby out. I did not feel none of that, honey. I was knocked out, okay? So that's when they pushed me into the room. I had an emergency C-section. I had to be put to sleep. Nobody could be back there with me except for the people that's doing the surgery. So they did the surgery. Well, actually, they put me, the bed that I was in, they just pushed that in there. They had my arms out. I had to get them strapped down. I could not move my legs, my arms, or nothing. They put the mask on me, and it was just blowing air. I guess it was anesthesia. It had to be the anesthesia. But in 2 seconds, honey, I was gone. That was like the best nap, sleep, whatever you want to call it, that I had in my life. It was just good. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, I could not hear nothing after I was knocked out. So then I woke up, and that's when I felt everything. It hurted so bad. It was, well, I was laying down. It hurted worse like when I was staying up. I felt like my insides was finna fall out. But, yeah. I woke up. Jacob showed me a picture of Caden off his phone. My vision was blurry because I was still high off that anesthesia. And I was just like, I remember saying, oh, he's beautiful. Like, he's just like the most precious baby I ever seen, of course, because he's mine. Well, he's precious anyways, even if he wasn't mine. But that's when I went back to sleep, I guess, or whatever. And that's when I woke up in the room that I was in before I went to go get the C-section. And that's when the nurses kept coming in to make sure Caden was good. He came out 7 pounds, 10 ounces, 21 inches long at 3:15 p.m. on the dot. And I'm just the happiest day of my life. I was just so tired. I couldn't show no emotion because I was so tired, man. I was ready to go to sleep. So they tried to get me to breastfeed and all that. And I was just like, oh, I really don't want to do this. They kept trying to make me breastfeed. Like, they would not let my baby get a bottle. I was like, I don't want him to starve, but then I don't want to breastfeed. I was like, you know, anything for my baby. So I breastfed. He went to sleep. Put his little outfit on. They gave him a little rag bath or whatever. And that's when my mom came back, and everybody was like, oh, my mom came in there, and my sister came in there. Everybody was like, oh my God, she's finally here. I was like, I'm officially a mom. It's like the best feeling in the world, man. Versus when you're pregnant and when you actually see your baby come out, you actually meet your baby. It's just, I wanted to cry, but I could not cry. I was in so much pain. I was just so focused on sleeping because I had like bags under my eyes. And it's just, oh my God, it was just like the best feeling in the world. And I do not want any more. Not right now, at least. And some advice for y'all girls, for y'all women out there that loves kids and you got some already. Get some birth control, honey. Get some birth control. You do not want to be stuck with babies that's like a year apart, honey. You do not want to. Even though I only got one, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to be stuck with 2 babies or 3 babies a year apart. No. Because one is already a handful. So that's when the doctors came in there and they checked checked my C-section to make sure that it was healing good and that it looked good. He actually said that he couldn't even tell that where I got cut at. Like, it took him a while to find the cut, actually. They give you stitches. They're disposable stitches. When you go home, you have like some white sticky sterile strips on it. You just basically pat that with like some stuff or whatever that they give you. When you're in the hospital, they give you these little plastic. I threw mine away because I don't have them. I mean, Caden's 4 months now. I don't need them. They give you these little squeeze bottles, and they give you like this underwear that you wear. They give you these big old pads. I'm just like, did I have a freaking diaper on? So they give you that, and I just mix mine up with feminine wash and warm water, and I just, excuse me guys, but I mean, I'm a mom. This advice is for women out there that are having kids or have kids. So don't think it's nasty, because it is nature. It is nature. So that's when I squeeze it onto my vagina or whatever while I was using the bathroom, and it helps to clean like the blood off. Basically, it helps to clean the blood off. And then you just wipe that, and your belly is not gonna go to the size you should know right after you have the baby. It's gonna be like a big old pouch. You're still gonna look pregnant. I looked like 5 months pregnant after I had Caden. That's how big you still look. And it's just blood and water, all that in there from the IV. And so that is when they said that I was anemic when I got pregnant, and I had to get a blood transfusion or whatever to make sure that I have enough red blood cells, white blood cells or whatever to heal my C-section properly. And so I would stop being so cold and stuff like that, because you can go into like a shock, they say, when you're anemic. So I had to get 2 bags. Thank God for that I got that over with, because y'all, I had the IV in my hand, and I think it burned my vein out, because it was burning, y'all. I was crying to where I did not want that second bag. But it was like, if you don't get the second bag, you're gonna stay another night. And I already had to stay 3 nights. It was up on the 22nd. The 22nd. Sorry y'all, I still got some of my pregnancy brain. So that's when we had left. We stayed the 20th, 21st. We left the 22nd. We left the 22nd. And they was like, if you don't get this blood transfusion, you're gonna have to stay another night. And I was just like, what? Let me get that other bag, sis. Let me get that other bag. So I went on ahead and got that, and that's when we left that night. I was so happy, like, am I really going home with my baby? So we packed our stuff, we left. We went, first I'm with my dad's house so everybody could see him. So I let them see the baby or whatever, and then I really didn't want too much irritate him, so he stayed in the car. That's when we went back to Clinton, 50 minutes away, and we packed Caden upstairs. Well, Jacob had to take him because I could not walk, y'all. That's how much pain I was in. Like, the C-section is not a joke. It is not a joke. It hurts so bad, man. As they get older, it gets really, really hard, because the babies, they tend to stay up longer and they get really fussy, versus when he was a newborn, he would sleep all day, wake up like almost every hour, every 2 hours to eat. You feed a newborn like 12 times a day, I believe, when you breastfeed. And I breastfed him up to 2 months, because after I wanted to start back working. I do not like staying in the house. And if you stay in the house after you have a baby, you can become depressed, and that is really serious, because then the moms, they will want to hurt their babies and stuff like that, and you don't want that. So you want to try to get out of the house as much as possible to avoid becoming depressed. Because I did not get depressed, but because I love getting out of the house. I hate when I get out of the house. I like to spend money. That's my thing. But I would hate staying in the house. There's nothing for me to do. I had to watch TV. I could walk, but it wasn't like, okay, I could walk like I do now. I had to like walk like a damn turtle. And I would just get emotional, because sometimes I would get frustrated. I would need rest, but I would have to get up with the baby, and I would just be like, oh my God, this is like a every 1-2 hour thing. But overall, it's very fun being a mom. I love the mom life. I love motherhood. I do not regret the decision I made. I love my son. I'm glad I have my son. And that's just that on that. And that's really it that I'll have to say. So if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I'll be back soon with another video.